New Year's resolutions. It's Jan 1, you set a goal for yourself. The reason I'm talking about this is because 50% of New Year's resolutions, they revolve around fitness. People want to get in better shape. Today, I'm going to talk to you about how to set a fitness goal and how to stick with it. Because the reality is, out of all New Year's resolutions, only about 10% of them are taken to completion. So I want you to be part of that 10% of people who are successful. I think with fitness goals, it's probably even lower. What I know about diets, only 3% of diets are successful. But let's talk about how you are one of the successful people. The reason why I think I'm the perfect person to talk about this is because my background is as a personal trainer. I loathe that term, but the reality was I was a personal trainer at Equinox, and I had clients come in particularly to lose weight. So I would do one-on-one sessions with them, and then I would help them learn about nutrition and help them structure their diet so that they could get success while still having a real life, while having a successful career, while having a family, while not being like a total meathead. How could they achieve their goals to look and feel better? And now, thanks to Instagram, thanks to social media, thanks to YouTube, I am able to have a large remote coaching business on top of a semi-private training business that all still centers around helping people set goals and taking them to completion. So today, we're going to talk about how you can do this and how you can get in the shape you've always wanted to be in. Okay, first thing I would tell you, have realistic goals. I think that's why so few people ever get where they want to be with their fitness and getting in the shape they want to be, because their goals are unrealistic. Look, if you could have the body you always dreamed of in 3 months, everyone would have it. That's simply the reality of things, is that anything worth having is going to take a lot of work to achieve. Because if it was worth having, then everyone would put in that minimal amount of effort and then have it, and then there would be a new standard that would be even more difficult to achieve. In this day and age, the things that you're seeing on Instagram, they aren't real. You're seeing AI, you're seeing a lot of Photoshop, you're seeing photos that are filtered, the lighting is perfect, they got a pump on before they're taking their pictures. I go into most gyms, and most people, when they see me, they look like they've seen a UFO, and the pictures that I see on Instagram, they make me even feel insecure about myself. I'm 6'2", 240 pounds, I have visible abs, I have huge thighs. I'm telling you this for a reason. What's out there and what you're seeing on the internet, on Instagram, on social media, it isn't realistic. So get that out of your mind for now. At the end of this year, your goal shouldn't be to look like Liver King. Your goal shouldn't be to look like V-Shreds. Your goal should be a better version of yourself. But we want to have a realistic and actually quantitative goal. So if you need to lose body fat, and that's chances are what you need to do, you are going to want to lose 5 pounds of fat a month. That is very realistic. Think about it, between 1 pound and 1.5 pounds per week of fat loss. You also want to set up a realistic workout schedule. If you are not working out at all right now, and you say, I'm going to work out 6 days a week, look, you need to start somewhere. And once you're able to achieve that on a regular basis consistently, after maybe like a month, you can up the ante. But I would start with trying to work out at least 4 hours a week. And I would also, on every single workout, try to hit 1 PR. What do I mean by that? I mean that if you're going to the gym today and you're going to be training chest, you choose an exercise that you want to get 1 more rep than you did last week. Or you want to add 5 more pounds on the dumbbell than you did last week. Or 2.5 on each side more on the bar than you did last week. You want to progress your workouts. If you're a runner and you have your tempo run this week, maybe you just try to shave 2 seconds off each run, 5 seconds off each run on a tempo, like you're on your pace for the entire run, so that each mile the pace is 5 seconds faster than it was the previous week. You want to look for things that you can progress, but you want to set up realistic goals. The weight loss goal around 5 pounds, and start with a goal that you know that you can easily obtain in the gym or running outside, and then slowly progress it. Make your goals realistic. That is one of my keys to setting a goal and sticking with it. Projects need scope. If projects don't have a set time frame, they're just gonna drift off into space. So we talked about 3 different kind of goals at the beginning of this video, all realistic goals. The first one was to lose body fat. We said that like 5 pounds a month was realistic. The second was having a set amount of time that you're gonna go to the gym each and every single week. And the third was progressing whatever you're doing, whether you're a runner or a lifter. And I picked these because these are great generic fitness goals. You might have something more particular, but either way, you wanna have a set time frame in which you're trying to accomplish accomplish this. So if my goal was to lose 20 pounds of fat, and we said 5 pounds a month is realistic, I have a 4-month goal. Maybe I really want to get into weight training. For me, I set blocks of weight training in about 12-week blocks. So for 12 weeks, I have exactly what my routine is. I have it all written out. I'm going to increase this much weight on each exercise each and every single week. I write out my whole plan ahead of time. For you, same thing. Maybe you have like a 3-month training block. Or, like we talked about it, you have this goal where you're gonna go to the gym. You're very new to the gym, and you're just gonna make it to the gym 4 times a week, every week, until summertime. Whatever your fitness goal is, you want both short-term and long-term goals. So let's go back to the weight loss example. If I'm trying to lose weight, we said 5 pounds a month is realistic. So you got Jan 1 to Feb 1, 5 pounds. Feb 1 to March 1, 5 pounds, but 10 pounds total. This is going to allow you to stay on track. It's also going to allow you to reassess what you're doing. Like if the first month you lost 5 pounds and the second month you only lost 2.5 pounds, well, now's a great time to look at what did I do differently or what do I need to change in order to keep losing 5 pounds month over month. So now I know I'm gonna need to add a little bit more time to accomplish my goal, but I can reassess my goal and I can think about and take some time to introspect on what I need to do. You can also get to the point too where maybe you're a month into this and you're like, damn, I'm in over my head here. I need to hire someone to help me do this, right? Whether it's a personal trainer, whether it's hiring a coach, a nutritionist, whoever it may be. It's a great way to assess by having these short-term goals as well as having a long-term goal. With the example of, like I said, maybe getting stronger every single week in the gym, maybe you're adding 2.5 pounds each side of the leg press. Well, you could probably do that for a prolonged period of time. You might even be able to do that for 3 months straight and just keep getting the same amount of reps over and over again. So you're doing 3 sets by 10 of leg press, 3 sets, 10 repetitions, and each week you put a 2.5 on each side. That might be a realistic goal. Maybe for the next 3 months, literally every month you can increase your leg press by 10 pounds or 20 pounds total on the leg press. But when it comes to bench press, that might not be a realistic goal. And so it gives you the ability to assess, like, am I getting stronger in my leg press? Am I getting stronger in my bench press? Maybe I didn't have a realistic goal. Maybe I need to change this to my training. Again, maybe I need to hire somebody. If you're getting to the gym 4 days a week, that was your goal, right? And every week you're getting there 4 days a week. And now you love going to the gym and you have a sense of community, or you made a friend, or you like a certain class. Maybe now you're gonna switch your goal and you're gonna say, hey, I know I can do this easily 4 times a week till summer. I'm gonna start going 5 days a week. Or maybe you're not succeeding at your goal. And so now it's a good time to say, maybe I just don't like going to this side of the gym. Maybe I wanna try Pilates. Maybe I wanna try boxing. Maybe I wanna try something new. Having short-term goals along the way to your long-term goal is very important. I would set a scope for your project, saying for the next 3 months, I'm gonna do this. For the next 4 months, I'm gonna do this. And along the way, each month in these short-term goals, reassess what you're doing. Accountability. Okay, in my own personal life, today at 3:30, I'm gonna be working out with my girlfriend. We're gonna be working out at home. It's gonna be sexy, it's gonna be fun. You say, Jake, TMI, but no, I wanna share this with you. The importance of having somebody in your life that you're doing fitness with, having somebody that you're getting in shape with. On the weekends, my buddy Mark, he owns Green Life. It's a meal prep company. He and I frequently work out on the weekends. He's tall, he's like 2 inches taller than I am. He's a very big guy. It forces me to have to show up and push myself. For years, I used to train with this guy, Scott Svensson. Think about that last name. He sounds like he belongs on World's Strongest Man. I used to train with this guy. The guy was stronger than me. It always forced me to show up in the gym and to push myself. It also made me accountable, which is my whole point in saying this. I would suggest to you that you get some accountability based in your fitness goal. 3% of people succeed on a diet, but when you have somebody that's helping hold you accountable, when you have a friend involved in the diet with you, it jumps up to 20%. Having a friend helps you not only be more likely to be successful on a diet, but it also makes it a lot more fun. It also makes going to the gym a lot more fun. And it can be at times very monotonous working out. So having a buddy that you can laugh between sets with, it's imperative to your success. The biggest thing I would say though, is the person that you choose to hold you accountable, that they're real deal. You want somebody who's serious about the goal, somebody who has the fortitude that's gonna stick with it and actually going to make it more successful. You don't want somebody who's always kind of trying to talk you out of your fitness or nutrition goal. I would say if you struggle to find someone, which you shouldn't, because 50% of people this New Year's, their resolution is going to be fitness related. But if you struggle to find someone in your life, hire someone. I always tell personal trainers, if someone cancels on you and it's not an emergency, charge them, because that is the only way that they're going to take you serious and that they're actually going to show up and perform. Same is true with a nutritionist. You want a nutritionist that's not only going to explain the knowledge to you, but is also going to be heavy-handed enough to make sure that you actually achieve your fitness goals. So accountability, very important in your New Year's resolution. Structure and motivation. These are two important aspects to your New Year's resolution. So the first thing that I would tell you is you should have a set structure day in and day out. It doesn't mean that you can't deviate it from special occasions, or if you're having an off week or a kid gets sick or your job is really stressful, but you want to have sort of like a template of what your day looks like. So for mine, my day, I wake up almost every morning at 5. Weekdays. I'll have my first meal at 8. My first meal is simple. I'll have 2 protein bars. My next meal is leftovers from dinner the night before. It's a lot of veggies. There's protein in there. I get home. I make a sandwich. I make it on some high fiber bread. I have some protein chips with it. My next one is actually dinner itself, which we cook. It's either my girlfriend or I. We cook dinner. Usually potatoes, vegetables, lean protein, and then my last meal of the day, it's a snack. It's right around 8 o'clock, and it's usually Halo Top or Yasso ice cream bars, and that's what I eat every single day. That's my structure. I have a set time where I work out every single day, but it's based on my actual schedule and my actual life. So if you have a friend and you've said, hey, we're gonna work out 4 hours a week, have set days, have set times where you work out. That's your structure. If you have to order in for lunch, go to places that you order in. Oh, there's a Sweet Greens down the street from me, or there's a Naya over here. Have structure. If you have like a template diet that you know, like, oh, I have this for breakfast, these are my go-to breakfasts, these are my go-to lunches, this is what I typically cook for dinner, you're way more likely to be successful when saying to your New Year's resolution. Motivation, which is on the flip side, has nothing to do with it. Like, structure is like being an adult, it's adulting. When it comes to motivation, that's like being a little kid. You're like getting excited about things, right? Like, oh my gosh, Santa's coming. Motivation, you want to use things that are going to externally motivate you. For me, like, obviously I have long-term motivations that are internal, like I want to be healthy, I want to look good, but I also use things that are external, like, oh, I have this event and I know I'm gonna see such and such, or, oh, I have this party coming up and I wanna look a particular way. I use these outside motivations to motivate myself, and you should do the same thing. You should come up with things along the time frame of your goal that you're going to use to motivate you. If you have a goal for the next 4 months, let's say, and you're trying to lose 20 pounds by May, maybe you're going to the Caribbean this summer. Maybe you're going to Greece this summer. So use that opportunity to motivate yourself. For me, a lot of times I'm on social media, so I have to look good, right? That's a motivating factor for me. Hey, I want to get in the best shape of my life this summer. I'm getting older. I'm going to be turning 40. I want to be in the best shape of my life when I turn 40. Use these external motivations along with the structure in order to be successful at your New Year's resolution. The last thing that I will say to you is that once you hit your goal, which you're going to be one of the 10% that actually achieve their New Year's resolution, once you hit your goal, be prepared immediately with another goal. With my training, we talked about that as one of the examples of having a goal for like the next 3 months. I do 12-week training blocks. So my goal might be to increase the size of my hamstrings, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to get my biceps bigger, I'm trying to get my calves bigger, I'm trying to get my hamstrings bigger. But after these 12 weeks, I already know I'm gonna go back and try to get my quads bigger. I'm gonna keep trying to get my biceps bigger, and I'm gonna keep trying to get my calves bigger. I have another goal right after this. And this happens all the time with people. Like, people will do a bodybuilding show and they'll get in great shape, and then 2 weeks later, you're like, what happened to you? How'd you gain 15 pounds? Or people will be like getting ready for a Spartan race and they'll be running all the time. And then they do their Spartan race and then you're like, do you run anymore? And they're like, no, I stopped running. Life doesn't end until it ends. Fitness doesn't end until it's over. So it's very important to have that scope of project, but once you complete it, once you hit that goal, you better have that next goal lined up. And I would think about that the entire time of what you're going to do next, because this is never ending. It just keeps on going. The sooner you accept that this isn't just a diet, that this isn't just a workout, but this is a lifestyle, the sooner you will sit into it and you will start to think about long-term choices instead of just doing silly little preoccupied things that aren't going to last. Because again, it's great to get in shape for 3 months. It's even better to be in great shape for the rest of your life.